Who's ready for more Touhou? Who's ever not ready for more Touhou? Well, no, this is clearly a shrine, not a well. Think you could do Toad 20? Not with that attitude! Oh. Bros wash. A couple overseas kill you some slack. You're the one giving yourself slack. And what, bro's allowed to wallow in his own misery and call himself washed, but the moment someone else says something, and then it's wrong? If beads were coming from me, what? My irony immunes more? Bastard. Still judge people. Anyone can judge people, just depending on who you take credit in it for. Like, unfortunately, the way it works is that it's going to suck. And that's the difference between the people who've gotten good and the people who haven't. And it's not wrong to not have spent hundreds of hours trying to get good, but... Isaac buffs after Keiki. Well, there is a, there's a middle Reimu, I believe. And the 3 Fairies of Light. I don't think any of them are that interesting, but they do exist. Might be post game. I know Megamoo's post game. I thought you fought Aya, but I don't actually remember for sure. I'll worry about that later though. After Keiki. Does feel close? Aya, is that true? Pretty sure the next major the next fight I have after Keiki is Reimu, and I have a strange feeling that she might have a Power Eye on the team. I hope that electric boosting, not first win, Wriggle is enough to kill. I think it's literally my only method of outspeeding her. But Power Eye is not known for her bulk. Fight Mima, she is underground, right? She's on the way to Chiriden in the tournament in the former capital. She's like kind of like the one major fight in that area. I also can't really do the Satori fight as a like level cap because of how that fight works. Hello, Toaster. Hey, it's 2 in a row. Let me check just to make sure, but I think the very next fight after Keiki is Reimu with a P.I.A. Keiki, Reimu, yep. Very next thing. Reimu on the Yoka Mountain before the 3 Fairies of Light. And before Sinai. Kia Aya. Although she doesn't really appear to have particularly problematic moves. Extra Ray move. Satori's gonna be funny. I'm curious how Satori's gonna be. Gotta be some there's probably gonna be cheese for it. Question is, what's the cheese gonna be? Just keep a bunch of my puppets low leveled. Except like one setup puppet, lead with something else, switch to the good puppet, set up, win, sweep, cope. I'll be on to a party. Oh yeah, it just depends on like what you're trying to do, right? After Sanai, there's definitely a fair bit of stuff between her and Mima. Okina has. Unfortunately, I can't remember what Okina has either because it's not on the spreadsheet. Her fight's on there, but like it says Okina and there's nothing in the spreadsheet. So I'm gonna have to go back to my YouTube recording of it when I fought it. Bastard! I fucking hate this final. And figure out what she has based on that. However, that's not going to give me exact move sets and stuff, so yeesh, woof. Good news is, if I'm not, I don't have to do Kaneko right away. The sooner I do her, the sooner I can get her item, but I'll at least probably delay it till, like, hopefully before Mima, but we'll see how. Because what level is Okina? And the question mark that's in Okina. And Yumeimi. And the question mark that's in Torafu. Or wherever that place is. What's the Kaneko item again? Question mark Echo then? Yeah, that's what I asked. I'm like, I don't actually remember off the top of my head what the levels are for those. I'll have to look at the spreadsheet later. Determine whether they're before or after Mima. If they're after Mima, it actually might be better, but if they're before Mima, that might make me want to fight Kaneko early. What's the item that Kaneko gives you anyway? The item that Kaneko was the XP boosting one? Well, if it is, then that fight's meaningless to me. Although I'll still fight at some point, I guess, just to do it. Suwaku's not till post-game, though, right? Yeah, she gets the Combat Handbook, which I think is just EXP boost, which is mid-AF. Maybe I'll still do it in the same split. Just ooh, Yumeimi's level 60. Oh, that means Yumeimi is. That means Yumeimi's pre-Mima. Ooh. Ooh, the Torifune, the Realm of Dreams, and Wenzeka, and former Hell City. Oh my gosh. Okay, so up to Sanai, it's gonna be kind of clear, and then there's 4 question mark fights before Mima. Oh, fuck. I think I found what might be the hardest split in the game. From Sanai to Mima, you got just... You have Kaneko, Yumeimi, and probably Okina, and 4 question marks. Good item from Yumeimi. Yeah, after you've lost 6 puppets. But that split will be in like a week's time. I don't have to worry about that right now. I have to lose to Keiki first. Yeah, but you know how many fights that I just talked about? Plus the exploration I have to do? Like, remember, after Sanai, I also get, like, the glove. So, like, there's some areas there's, like, a handful of areas to explore. A lot of encounters. Like, realistically, today, Keiki, what, probably 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes? Oops. That's the thing where I go too far. Every match is useless. Yeah, shame it counts as the Misty Lake. Maybe I'll go there just to double check, but... Or technically, there is a Lyrica, Lunasa, and Merlin fight. Each of them respectively. I keep doing that thing where I go to that gap. There's a world I try, like, a bunch of fights, some setup with, Karumi and Wriggle and Doremi, where I set up the Heavy Fog, give Wriggle the Dark Boosting item, probably first hit. You just spam Changeling between her and Doremi. Getting Karumi to get the Heavy Fog up or rinse repeat. Just try to one-shot things. Oops, I did not mean to back it. Okay, that was 1 in a row. I'm gonna move to Hina after I break this streak. This massive streak of 1. Excuse you, girl. Listen, I don't think Changeling and Lightning Speed shenanigans with Wriggle, especially, is going to be the most broken thing I have. Maybe. I could be wrong, but I feel like the most broken thing I have right now is Defense, Doremi, and Extra Hina. Hello, Oz. The good news is Defense Doremi is a guaranteed encounter. The bad news is Extra Hina is not, although it's pretty likely. Yeah, I talked too good about them, that means I'm glazing. Look, I think the results just speak for themselves so far. It's like, which puppets have been the most used best puppets up till now? It's those two. It's the thing that can comfortably switch into X thing and just not die. At some point, I'm going to try to bust out a Genbu squad, and I'll probably wipe when I do that. Move around. I don't think Kasen is that great of a puppet. I think she's solid. I think she's fine. Probably B-tiered. I think she specifically is really good because of the light types. Light types without coverage for illusions, she's super good against. Because you can switch her in, she can live anything, and even with a swap, she threatens massive physical damage. But outside that, she is thoroughly eh. It's definitely hard to use. But that is a really nice criteria to have, which makes her a very solid placing puppet, I feel. I don't need to get those orbs. I can just... You do realize this isn't competitive. I can just go into a patch of grass with a wild puppet, just wait till it inflicts, like, fear or something on me, and boom, I'm feared. I can pre-fear for fights. You can't do that for the Remy fight, but you can do that for most fights. Is it really that common? Yeah, well, but, like, for example, for, like, Kasen, blind or weak would work, right? Because she ignores the stat drop, and all it has to be is one of the ailments. Am I correct? So you can just go find something, anything really, right? Question is, where do you find something? So maybe that's a bit of a problem, but... Oops. Hey, that was 3 in a row. Although 5 is my objective. Theoretically, you could do weak, but it would depend on the puppet. I don't think you could do weak on Kasen, because you kind of want to be clicking Drain Punch, or Aura Drain, excuse me. Although, unironically, another puppet that really, I think, is a really high-tier contender is this Power Suika. I think we saw the value of the Power Suika on that last fight. You come in something you can take a hit from, potentially force a switch, you just do giga damage for one hit. Since the game is so much of a switching game anyway, the downside's kind of fine, because you're switching out half. Fuck me! Stronger Disney exclusive. Yeah, but the problem is on extra Komachi, it's like it's not even good, right? Because like there's another ability. She doesn't have the 640 base stat total that Suika has. Like, Power Suika has it because they gave, like, it's kind of the same thing with, was it Power Miko? They have it because their BSTs are so high, you know, like, so they give them a negative ability to counteract it. Extra Komachi doesn't, which is weird. Not even that bad. I think that Amiibo split is gonna be terrible. I think that might be the worst split in the game. Maybe there's some like post-game splits that are disgusting, but well, Touhou doesn't seem like a particularly good, like, a particularly thing I can really abuse. Maybe there's an instance I could, but that doesn't seem abusable on my end. Not the same way, like, potentially Genbu or something is. Yeah, it's trying to counter certain things, but the other problem is we know how the AI is. The AI just switches. Well, most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets a little tee-hee silly. Oh my gosh, so creaky. Yeah, but I don't have an on or a Parsi. My on encounter became a Kana, and strange things might have happened to that encounter. Anyway, guess. Get Parsi Underground? There's a lot of things I might get. Actually, what are the underground encounters? Parsi might be giga likely. So I have Kasume, right? And I have I don't know if Suika's down there, but Suika could be. I have Hina. We're two fairly regular cave encounters. Oh, my piss. Was that 3 or 4 in a row? No, my streak. Yeah, I don't care about including style changes. I care about what they are. And how many of them are copies of the same thing? Jeez, that's 10. Whoop. That is one annoying thing about as we get later in the game. A lot of pre-styled puppets. Which it's not like they're terrible, but like, you know, you'd usually rather have the choice. By usually, I mean you'd always rather have the choice. I hate you. Unfortunately, it's kind of difficult to look at some encounter tables because there's really nowhere to look at them. Like, you can kind of use the wiki, but it's not the extended encounters. I wonder if in the Puppet Dance Discord someone has, like, a sheet of all the encounters. Give us Kasume, Animami, and Suika, and Yugi. That's a couple dupes. Kasume, Power, Yamami, Deep Parsi. There's solid odds of getting a Parsi. So I have 2 Kasume dupes and the Suika. What? I would go to Buenzeka and get a stupid Renosuke, or a Maribel, or a Renko. I don't know how much I really care for any of them. So ability boosting. Hey, oh, that's 2 in a row, by the way. Maybe I'll get the Tenchi on the descent. I don't know. I still don't know what I'm going to do with the Yokai Mountain encounter yet. It's such a big area with like one encounter. So many different spots to pick from. Either I'll pick the backyard to try to snipe like a Mega Moo. Yeah, how likely is the Hikari encounter, though, right? It's like one place at like a 3% encounter. I think it's one of those puppets like Flan where you're like, yeah, realistically, I'm never gonna see this thing. Yes. Koyahime and Yorihime, same boat. At least with them, you can kind of do... Well, I guess the Hikari one you can kind of dupe out a little bit, make it more likely, right? Because realistically, the Hikari, I think, is a 3.33% counter, but realistically, it's actually 6.66. Don't tell the devil. So I think that actually makes Flan the guaranteed hardest encounter to get. Although it depends on your routing. Koyahime and Yorihime might be tied. If I start taking the Iante encounter, then Touhou and Yorihime would be the same. You see some runs? I don't know, probably like 30 minutes. Dude, I had like the entirety of last week of like just exclusively doing runs. And now we're pivoting back to like half practice, or probably more than half practice. Sanai. If we get Sanai, I'll look at them and I'll figure it out on my own. Me on my way to get an extra Suwako. Messed up on my line. I need to go left on the first wave. Slacking. Or destroy. I mean, I'll destroy other extra Suwakos. Hopefully. So, you know, I think I was gonna make... I was originally planning to say, okay, I'll make the XP, like, the optionals, like, completely optional, like, you can do them whatever you want, because, like, they actually have a reward behind them to kind of make you forced to do them, but since the first one, it doesn't actually have a real reward, I think I'll just force the optional fights all at the same time. Oh, within their respective level caps. Damn it. Did the thing again. I think it also depends on what the optional is, right? For example, although I did it eventually, like the optional Moko fight, you know, after the Iente split, do I really care about that one? You know, do I need to force the Wacky Saggy fight in the Misty Lake? Do I need to force the Mei Ling fight? Can you fight Kaguya? Is there a Kaguya fight? Is that post game? I don't know. Generally speaking, my rule of thumb is going to be, yeah, I'm just going up everything by the extended Google Sheets I have, and doing the fights in that are not the question mark rematches. Oh, you want to do the same fight, but at a higher level? But otherwise, all the fights in the Google Sheet, I plan to do those ones specifically. Here to the left. Oh my goodness, I finally did it. She betrayed me? Streaking? Were Aya streaking with a massive 1? Hold up. And we lost? Priority. I think it's a good mechanic. Like, Priority's whole thing is supposed to be, is to help you pick off targets like that. But it's at the consequence of it being a weak move. Like, it helps slower Pokemon, or puppets, I guess, in this case. But it's the consequence of, you know, here's a 40 base power move. I think it's a good mechanic. You're just mad that you tried to do some online setup like 10 times, and every time like the opponent killed you with a priority move, you're like, this is so unfair. I should be allowed to set up and win every fight for free. How dare they have priority to counter me? You're one of those Pokemon Showdown players that loses like 3 online battles in a row, and then goes onto like the forums and be like, guys, this strategy is too powerful. We have to ban it. So, yeah, isn't Pulse Laser a recharge move though? Hey, bitch. Hello, 11. I have realized something about Puppet Dance. After Keiki, I have a Sinai split, and the Sinai split should probably be perfectly fine. And then after that's going to be a Mima split, and it's going to be complete AIDS. Puppets are going to die. In a different category, relate to what's going on screen right now. Whose eggs taste better? Aya's, Hitade's, or Megamu's? It's not, I don't know, I mean, I literally lost 2 puppets last time because of hard fights. Like, I'm not too much of an egg person. Like, I used to hate eggs. Nowadays, I can tolerate them. I'm usually going my way, but, like, I've learned to appreciate things with really good eggs in them. Like, really, the answer is Oku? I guess I didn't think about Oku. Is there any other bird? I guess Mistia probably has eggs, too. That reminds me, speaking of Oku, reminds me of the meme with Satori holding that giant egg in front of Oku. And she's like, it's not mine! It literally has her name on it. Is there any other eggs? Does Waggy lay eggs? Would that be true? I guess, like, fish eggs, but, like, I feel like those are a different type of eggs. Any caviar fans? I feel like the answer's gotta be Megamoo. We're streaking? Again? Holy based? When does the Kaneko streak start? I know you didn't mean money, Rich. I know rich is like a flavor thing, flavor, texture type of thing. Like, this is very rich. You ever have chocolate that's too rich? Probably the reason I'm not a big chocolate person. It's like, Listen, but you also have to think that the eggs are probably, you know, much like I believe how like eggs are in real life, you know, predicated a bit based off to the character's diet, right? Hello, Buggo. Bago, whose eggs do you think taste better? Mistia, Aya, Megumu, Hatade, or Oka? Hate this guy. You just want to. You just don't want to have a fun conversation. Alright, I want to sit here and ramble about some niche competitive strat and online puppet dance. Just saying, I think Megumu probably has the best diet for the sake of producing good quality eggs. If you care to disagree with me, then you're going to need to use facts and logic. Tengu eggs? Why? What's in them? Do I need to go for the Oku eggs or the Misty ones? Does Misty eat lamprey eels herself? I know she cooks them. Does she eat them as well? Or does she eat, like, other things? Do you think the reason why she serves them is because she really likes them herself, or not at all? Oh my gosh, we're back to a 1 streak? Holy base. Bitch. Are you scared with my fears? You're the one making it weird. Yeah, you're the one acting like there's a problem here, right? Do you see 11 out here pretending like it's really weird and completely questionable and that I should be in prison for it? No. You see anybody else here talking about that? Brought that up nowhere. There's literally Aya on my screen. Hello? What do you mean out of nowhere? Like there's no context with what's going on. Why do you want to eat them? I mean, people like eat eggs, right? Like I said, I'm not the biggest egg person. I'm just saying, if you were, like, you know. Oh, fuck, that was so sexy. Till the last second. Easy. Dude, this game is, you just... So, sometimes there's some dodges that make you just so happy. Whoever said I'm engaging in breeding session. Now that's weird, 11. I'm just saying. Big issue with that spell. Sometimes you like drift low and it's fine, but like you really don't want to be low. You really want to like get yourself back up when you need to, and like trying to make forward progress on Fearless Wind God is tricky. Whose wings are the silkiest and the softest for hugs? If Megu was a great you think the great Tengu have, like, bulkier and, like, really sturdy, firm wings? Or do you think they're the, Oh, we're going for bringing up other characters, too, I guess. I don't know how Angel Wings are in terms of scale of things for Serial. I don't know, Sagame's is probably... I don't know about Sagame. The answer is definitely not Mystia. I feel like Oku's wouldn't be the best quality just because, like, they're probably, like, kind of seared on the tips at times, so they kind of build up, like, a rougher texture to them. I'm good in Toaster. Two in a row? Yeah, dude, Peliger with the crystals, true. I feel like Aya would take good care of hers. I don't know about Hatade. I feel like Hatade probably sucks at that. Maybe it's the other way around, though. Yeah, Nues are certainly peculiar. How would Nues feel? Does Nue lay eggs? If so, how'd they taste? Bitch. That was my 3 streak, too. 2 eggs like ostrich eggs. I think that's probably pretty fair. Who's calling me? Sorry, my dad decided to call me and we had to talk for a few minutes. Might be. See, Game Glitcher, you got on me for, like, trying to make it weird. Now, here you come out there with that. Okay, I'm just saying. It had nothing to do with my stream. Eggs and convert your kinds of weird. I mean, it doesn't. Neither one has to be weird. It's only weird if you're like, what? It's like dancing or singing karaoke. It's only weird if you half-ass it. Although, actually, that's just most things in life. Nah, he was out of town because he was at my brother's, and because my nephew had a football game, so he went down and was visiting him. He was calling me, talking about the game or the weekend, da-da-da-da-da. My dad races BMX, and there was a state qualifier down there, so he was telling me about that. Saturday he felt like shit and didn't do well, but yesterday he did quite well. Yada yada yada. It was not talking about Tango eggs. That's perfect. Weird if you observe being weird? No, it's only weird if you it's only weird if you make it weird. I don't deserve that novel, yeah. No, cat, it's never weird, true. There's a third. Well, as long as it's weird for the former, not the latter reason. Like I said, it's like singing or dancing. It's only weird if you half-ass it. You're too self-conscious to do it, and you're like, you know. Yeah, you kind of dip your toes in. Same thing with these jokes. If you kind of like half-ass the jokes, you know, like, oh, you know, then you can make it weird. Like, it's only weird if you make it weird. If you look at, oh, that's weird. It's a weird thing to say. It's like, yeah, it's a fucking kind of weird thing to say, but like, whatever. I'll talk about it because it's funny and it's entertaining. itch. Can't technically Chen turn into cat form? She does it in game, but like, isn't she technically a black cat? Can't she turn into cat form? Can Michael Cat turn into a cat? I know a bit about her, like, lore. I don't know if she actually, like, turns into a cat. I don't know if she pops up enough in, like, written, but in the written works to confirm or deny this fact. I hate Divining Crop sometimes. I mean, Suika can transform into Mist. Remy can turn into a bat, right? Remy Blonde can turn into a bat. Ellis can turn into a bat as well. Krumi probably can't, although I don't think you see her actually doing that. But there's 3 other vampires that all can. That it's pretty likely that Kurumi probably can. Oh, does Kurumi get, like, confirmed to be a vampire? I'm just talking about people turning into animals. I'm sorry, yokai turning into animals. Ooh. Can Momiji turn into a wolf? Can't Oku turn into a crow, though? With that one. The Oku and the Tengu. Like the bird Tengu. Can they turn to birds? I've never heard of Missia turning into a bird, but I'm not sure about... I wonder about the other birds. Seen Crow Oku. I mean, I've seen Crow Oku, like, fan art before, like, a dozen times. But I don't actually know for sure about, you know, canonical. There's a number of things that are canonically a little gray. For example, do all of Sekibanki's heads have their own consciousness, or is it all the same consciousness? Grimoire of Marissa has Crow Oku in it. I'll believe you. I mean, I'm sorry. Grok, is this true? Jarvis, pull that up. Is that the real Romelian Scarlet? Unbelievable. I can't believe she's real. Don't tell Game Glitch here. Oh, you know, Game Glitch was getting serious when he's pulling out big words like gaslighting. Not hater, unbelievable. Because if you look at like my favorite characters, it's like top 5. You got both Kaneko and Remy. You know, 11 was it? Weren't we talking about this a few days ago? Of like, you know, what would happen if you pick like the most hated Touhou characters? You know, now that I think about it, I feel like Kaneko's up on that list a lot. I usually don't think about it because I'm surrounded by some people who are mostly indifferent about Kaneko, and I'm a Kaneko enjoyer, but... What do you mean, how? How to what? You haven't heard that? I've seen that a bit. I wouldn't put it top of the list. I'm kind of exaggerating, but Elton Nunn is a copy of the Remy's. I mean, in terms of how it like transitions between the attacks, sure. Although the attacks themselves also behave differently. So, like the waves behave differently. Also, wait till you hear about... wait till you hear about Shinki and Byakuren. No, what I'm leaning at with Kaneko is not that she's super hated, but like I feel like of the characters I've seen people throw distaste for, she's up there. Honestly, I feel like she serves a very similar like fandom role that June does, where it's like everyone loves Suwako. Where it's like everyone loves Suwako and doesn't really care for Kaneko. In the same way that everyone loves Shion and just doesn't like June. For more importantly, like, I mean, I like Tenchi. She's certainly no, like, top tier for me, for sure, but I do quite like Tenchi. She's very entertaining in both fan and official works. She sucks. I've seen that. Or maybe not like that exact wording, but like I have seen that before. Yeah, she's an annoying villain character that doesn't like really do anything. I've dabbled parts of fandom a lot more in like a while ago. So this has come back from me from like what I've seen like several years back. It's worth noting. Like I haven't engaged with the fandom much as of late. Besides the people who come to my chat. Just the SpongeBob meme? You can't just say the SpongeBob meme. There's like a billion SpongeBob memes. There's something else? Oh, okay. They didn't clarify. Go up divining big prop. Whether or not she remains in my top 5 favorite characters could vary over the years, but she will never not be one of my most liked characters solely because of Divine Virtues of Wind God. And this theme is a straight banger, but Divine Virtues of Wind God. This attack is also quite enjoyable, although not quite to the same extent. IMO. In my opinion. And by the way, I'm sorry. I said IMO. I should really put down for that. Make sure you kiss Kaneko. It's important. Game over theme, true. Like, tell me, who else in Gensokyo is trying to advance the technology sphere more than Kaneko, huh? Oh, what, the Kappa? Are the Kappa coming out here with nuclear fusion? I don't believe it. Must be, as annoying as this spell is to play, like when you kind of like know what you're doing on it, it is a very cool design spell. I do like it, design-wise. Training has no soul. I mean, I like Juno. I just, you know, she's probably the most overused character in fandom, like, ever. By a large margin. Like, she's a solid character, but, like, I don't know. The Chirno's a stupid idiot, and she's the strongest, and 9. Like, I do enjoy it, but it does kind of get old. Ooh, I drifted too much. Fortune Existential Crisis fan games, true. Like, you can make her, like, not that smart, and you can make her, like, be, like, obsessed with how strong she is, without, like, being as... It's one of my issues with Momiji in fandom, is, like, she's just so memed. But, like, Chirno to the nth degree. As somebody who's played, like, a dozen fan games and shit, and will play more, there are a number of Chirnos I've liked, but the IA Saturday games are easily my favorite Chirno in fandom, so far. So far, I may be prone to change my opinion on that, but... Like, it's all the Chirno characters, but, like, it's not, like, pushing that as, like, it's not like the game's telling you this is her personality all the time. And it doesn't feel meme, like, as forefront of a meme. It's just like, oh, this is the character. You bastard. Big plays. My impression. Yeah, I'm not out here saying it's necessarily bad. I do enjoy it. It's just one of the things I see with it is because, like, literally every fan work involves Chirino because she's popular. She's Chirino. Like, of course you're gonna involve her. It's like you kind of just like get that every single time. For that, yeah, it's because you have decades of Chirino, like, being able to be portrayed as that, right? People like Eternity, but she's very cute, but she doesn't get all the use. And also, when people, like, make things with Eternity, you know, you don't want to just copy-paste what Chirino was, so they tend to make her smarter. Right, a lot of Eternity kind of boils down to, like, they... You know, there's like some idea that she's some secret god, right? And they like kind of like try to like hint at that. Hey, you know, maybe there's something more to her. Ooh. Maybe a Chirino in a cage for hot summers. Bro, if you just get like an ice pack or like an AC. I'm sorry, I know AC like doesn't exist in Europe, so it's like might be. Oops. Star nibbled on Trinity as a we eat bugs joke. Funny. Red neutral. I mean, for the most part, I'm pretty, like, neutral. And, like, like I said, I do like Chirino. Like I see her, and I'll usually enjoy it, but... I feel like we're, like, basically every other character in fandom kind of gets their own, to varying extents, I will 100% say. You know, they tend to get their own, like, take every fan game. It's like, Chirino kind of always plays a very... the same in everything. Neat. Yeah, the mental capacity of like a 10-year-old. Shush, don't tell that to the artists online. Ooh. Characters. I mean, generally speaking, I always say, I don't dislike Touhou characters. Like, there'll be aspects that I'll dislike, but, like, I generally don't dislike any. Like, the closest I'll get to disliking a Touhou character is, like, Seirin, after I'm playing Lol K. Just being an absolute pain in my ass to fight, but... Did that get Momiji? Well, that's the same thing in this game, right? Momiji's kind of a pain in the ass. And by kind of, he very much is. Although actually I changed my mind. Nowadays, she's literally free. Adventures of a Moonstruck Tomboy. We'll get that right after we get Touhou Soccer 2. I should gap the fairies with lights but see a tranquility as a prank. How often does Yukari even think about the fairies' flights and their existence? I'm pretty sure the only thing Yukari does is sleeps and sit at home and watch Reba as she showers through a gap. Not a first game. Well, Shizuo is not a character that most people tend to think about. In fact, like I've mentioned before, even though I played Touhou 10, it took me until I was playing fan games with Shizuo in it to make me realize she was a character. When I originally played Touhou 10 get my Lutek 1cc, like 4 years ago, I just thought it was Minariko. I never, like, looked at the name, because she just appears and it's immediately in with her attacking, so I'm like, oh, I'm focusing on what's going on. I never looked at the name. I didn't realize it was a different character. Rank vector? That's one of the billion questions you have to ask Zune as to why he made something the way it is. I think the answer is probably something to do with him drinking. Like I think that's just the easiest way to solve these answers. You don't think? That's fair. You like this idea? Like, the Shizuo thing is... Because, like, unless you're looking at the background when, like, the character sprite pops through, but, like, you kind of have to really be looking at it to notice it's different than Minariko. And otherwise... You're, like, if you're actually in the middle of gameplay, you're not looking at the name in the top corner. Like, you'll look at the character's name when they maybe have dialogue, but... And, like, Momiji on stage 4, she stands out. Because, like, she looks very different than Aya in her sprite. So it's like, oh, obviously it's a different character. It kind of stands out. But Shizuo does not. So I do this SMH Suwako fans. I jest. And you know I jest because I do have a poop over. Yeah, Aya's in this game. Well, that's, to be fair, that's because this game has the inferior Aya theme. It's a very good theme in this game, but Wind God Girl is probably my, like, top 3 favorite Touhou themes. I'm sorry, I should specify. Wind God Girl's short version. Well, that's one thing about Aya, is, like, she's in the print works all the time, she's in fan games all the time, she's in the spin-off games, she's all over the place, and she's in multiple main games, too. She's in 9, she's in 10, and 16, so you see her all the time. So, like, she's kind of, like, all over the place. She doesn't really, like, stand out as, like, oh, she's from the X game, right? Good night to be a mainline game. So there are people that have never experienced the joys of having to play COD. I don't know why I said having to play COD. There are some people that just don't understand the joy of playing pod. Excuse me. Like, people treat 3, 9, and 19 kind of as, like, not main games because they play differently. Because even if they're very similar concept, right? It's like, it's not really as much of a mainline game. You know, you do not have to piss on me. Literally free. Clean leather. True. That's also true. I didn't think about that right away. Die! Thank you. Literally free. Gentle Dark Flight. Who's that team name for? I don't recognize that one. Team name. It's one of them. It's one of the normal. Is that Mystia's? It sounds like Mystia's theme. Versus POFE? Oh, interesting. I know a lot of the new character themes from Touhou 9, the names, but like most of the previous characters that have new themes in that game, I don't like know the theme names off the top of my head for. The theme is the same as her IN. Oh. Go show that. Because it's popular. Yeah, I like that too. Personally, I prefer Pod, but like, I do quite enjoy both of them. I don't most of like the 9 like remixes, I guess I would call them. I don't really remember because like all the themes that stand out to me are like medicines, Ayas, Komachis, and Akis. Like it's all the new ones that like really stand out to me. I also love Taze, by the way. But like outside of them, it's like I know Flowering Night. Not gonna lie, I don't really care for Flowering Night from POV as much. Or what? But most of the other themes I don't know off the top of my head. If Yomo would suck to be married to her, in what way specifically? Just bring a space heater with you, okay? If you're gonna get married to her, surely you can, like, deal with it. I hate this spell so much. Character with most forgettable spells. I'll never forget her spells because Hydro Camouflage is miserable as fuck, and I don't know the name of the final, but her final will always stand in my mind as a spell that when I was trying to get the 1cc in this game, I just could not do for the life of me. Cephalic plate, yeah. It's cephalic plate. You don't have to be, like, inside the right wall. Oh my gosh, what a bad line to aim for. I'll try to do, like, one more, but if I don't get another run going, I'll holler. Jeez. You have homing? Well, as much as I love homing, unfortunately it does like 0.01 damage every 2 minutes. I fancy the Tory fans these days. I just feel like that's where you're dabbling in Unity more. I'm a Takane enjoyer. Although maybe that's partly because of Kappa Yappa. Although I don't say I like her more than Notori. That's what I was about to say, but now that I think about it, I don't know if that's true. I do really like that, like, she kind of, like, rolls up as, like, the one behind 18.5. Kind of Notori ship. Oh, it's such a snooze ship. Come on. I've talked about before. If you want to say a ship in here, you gotta just say something off the walls. You gotta say something out there. The rule about ships, okay? I don't want to hear your Patchley and Marissa. What made me pick Reimu A? When I got into Touhou, partly because of homing, and I really liked the idea of playing with homing, so then I started playing Touhou back in EOSD with homing, and I've stuck with whatever the homing equivalent is throughout every game. Sorry, let me figure it. Yeah. Turns out, when you go back in time, not every game has all the features. So you're like, oh yeah, let's just go get my point of collection. Wait a second. I did that briefly when I went to yeah, oh yeah. I played homing in every single game. I have 2 LNNs, and both of them are homing, or homing equivalent. Reimu B subterranean animism is not homing, but it's the closest thing you got to homing. It's the homing equivalent, so I count it. Reimu Spring 1216, absolutely. Be homing it wants to be. Yeah, it's the closest thing it is. It's dog shit. It's a terrible shot type, but it's the closest thing you got to homing. Small race. No, it homes after the bullets pierce something. If I'm no. It homes before that. Never mind. Phantasmagoria game where it's all just seems Boz doing whatever, like being paranoid. Are you talking Reimu B from Subterranean and Sakuya B from DDC? Because I will say the two are not comparable. Dude, Fog of Pandemonium. I mean, Mountain Toss is the worst of the three. And that's coming from me, one of the world's biggest Fog haters. I hate Fog is one of my least favorite things in all of Touhou. But, like, in terms of difficulty, it's definitely easier than Mountain Toss. bitch vote fuck. I absolutely always will. She did cruel things to me in Shoot the Bullet, and I will never forgive Pod. Weekly. No, it's not Satori hate, it's Suika. I like Satori. Satori's cute. She's great. No issues with Satori. Besides the fact that she copies Suika, but that's Suika's fault, not Satori's fault. Also, what do you mean weekly Satori? What was the last time I talked about Satori? Okay, I mean, I played through all the spin-offs, including Shoot the Bullet, and that was probably the most miserable attack I ever had to deal with. And it seems weird. Well, it's definitely not the best shot type. I don't think it's the second best shot type in the game if you're talking LNN purposes on roll, but again, I played Reimu B in Subgradient. That's definitely a very below average shot type in that game. But I'm not necessarily min-maxing based off of what's supposed to be the good shot types. Most common LNN shot type for this game is, I'm assuming it's Reimu B. Reimu Persuasion Needle tends to always be the most used shot type in every game. At least for LNN purposes, I'd argue. Although probably casually as well, it probably equates similarly. Is C even good? C is, I'm pretty sure, solid. I know Alan has used it, so I'd ask him specifically what his opinion is, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty solid. I don't think it's used as much because most people will use B or A, but it definitely deals more damage than Reimu Homing. Oh, Alice in every game. Very high. I mean, some of it being the most played shot is just kind of because most people, when they default to a shot, it tends to be Persuasion Needle. Reimu Persuasion Needle. It's generally just most people's defaults. It often is the best shot, but even if it's not, it will usually still get the most play, just because that's what people are usually most familiar with. Also, hello, Scooter. No, I don't know if there's any really, bad shot types in this game. Again, I have not dabbled with the others, so I probably have to ask someone like Alan his opinion on it, but I am not a big fan of Hina in terms of her boss. I like Hina's character, don't get me wrong. But, Hina is a very annoying Stage 2 boss. Although, most Stage 2 bosses that aren't named Percy tend to be. Hina's definitely very, very, very painful. Act a human. Maybe that's why I died last time. I didn't say that. She decides to like it fun. Well, it's like her first two, her two nons can be a little weird depending on where she is, and Ogane also can be weird. But her final is unironically one of the harder attacks in the game. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's like top 5. No, but it's unironically it's probably top 10. Yeah, Lol K Reimu Needle kind of fell off a bit, but it's also still arguably the best shot type in the game, at least for LNN purposes, because you get hard carried by homing. Homing's one time in its life where it actually is like, yeah, I'm really good. Homing's usual claim to fame is that it's just not the worst. Because A. Well, yeah, that's... Like I said, most people, when they default to shots in Touhou, it's Persuasion Needle, and then usually homing Reimu, or whatever the closest equivalent is. Reimu tends to be the most played character. She's the default character, usually. Generally, she's the easiest character to play as, just in terms of, like, control-wise. He's niche not in position that much. That definitely... It depends on the game, when it comes down to when's homing niche is useful. Certain games like this one, homing's niche is specifically just for positioning. Some games, like LOL-K, it's for stage portion. It's for killing things in stage portions. It kind of varies from game to game. PCB, that's one where homing's niche is stage portion, specifically spam. LOL-K, that is definitely true, like I mentioned, but this game, you really don't get the stage advantage from homing as much, but it's a lot more, you get advantage on a handful of spell cards. Not that many, but there is a few. Source is one of them, which is not that difficult of a spell card, all things considered, but still one that homing gets an advantage on. So it's still worth mentioning. But unfortunately for homing, generally the play, especially for LNNs, again, if you're playing casually, if you're playing just for 1cc's, this isn't always the case, but the best thing to do is usually just damage. And unfortunately, homing's thing is usually that it's not good at damage. At least in compared to, at the very least, Persuasion Needle. Nice. You guys are talking too much while I'm trying to play. I can't read it all. Unbelievable. Yeah, in LOL-K, one of the reasons why... I mean, I wouldn't call Reimu, like, great in LOL-K. Like, LOL-K is brutal, but Reimu's generally regarded as the best. Sinai generally is, I believe, regarded as second best because she has the closest, like, second homing. Which, again, is one of the reasons why Raisin and Marissa are god-awful, is just because Stage 5. Having the homing or pseudo-homing that Sinai has makes that Stage 5 a lot more manageable. Where if you have to raw dog that Stage 5 as, like, Marissa or Raisin, it sucks ass. Marissa having the worst time at it. Oh, that was sad. Marissa useless. No, Marissa has her advantages. Don't get me wrong. Like, although she's generally regarded as the worst, she's by no means... It doesn't have anything going for her. However, oftentimes in deciding the worst, it's kind of difficult to say because of how much like people generally play Reimu compared to Marissa. Like, if you want to go by results in every game, it's going to be super Reimu oriented, but that doesn't mean that's necessarily how it is. So it's kind of hard to say, just because more people tend to play Reimu, specifically the amulets. Not the amulets, the needles. I have an issue with Ration Stop. Well, I'm not going to necessarily sit here and say it's bad. It's not homing. And LOL-K is, like I said, the one game where, like, you really want homing because of that Stage 5. That was the worst line I've ever gone for. It's not the worst, but like that was a really bad line to go for. I should be dead. I have an itch on my nose. Me on my way to get a 1 missed pace to Aya for the umpteenth time. Perfect raises your bomb. Yeah. That's why a lot of people like racing casually for 1ccs in Law K, because the bomb shields are really sick. Like I said, I'm pretty sure LNN-wise, she's probably the second worst. Although, I will also clarify, the 4 shot types in LoL K are generally ranked very similarly. Like they're not that far off. Ayaya, that is very true. Because of certified Ayaya moment, cannot wait to get Ayaya all over. Well, like, the difference between them is, like, they're all generally regarded as, like, the same tier of difficulty. It's just that, like, the difference is just generally pretty marginal. Eek! And yeah, again, there is going to be, not that major differences, but there is going to be differences from 1cc to LNN. In terms of how good a shot it's going to be. Sometimes you just get Ayaya done. You know, unfortunately, she might be the hardest boss in the game, so you tend to get Ayaya a lot. Also, this attack exists. I'm just sick with it. I hate this final so much. Same thing with the Sinai final. Well, Perilous Wind God's just such a frantic spell. Like, the good thing about it is it's pretty short. But it's such just a frantic... Like, uh-oh. I do quite enjoy Fearless Wind God. It's not my favorite attack in the game, but it's definitely up there. It's probably somewhere in the 10 to 5 mark. It's a little bullshit, which is why it kind of avoids a really high spot. Because, like, just sometimes she just does you dirty. But for as terrible as it looks, there's a lot you can actually do on Fearless Wind God to like strategize and like play well on. It's definitely not as spam-like as spam is, even if it looks very similar. It definitely feels a lot more like you're in control. Most of the time. Oop, I want to be over here. Deal today. Oh, you've been playing a bunch of PCB, or at least some PCB. I'm a certified PCB enjoyer. After all, that was my first LNN I went for. Logic 160. Ooh, nice. A lot of people talk about PCB, and they're kind of in the gameplay community. There's a line where it's like, oh, you know, it's one of the easier games, but you play enough, you realize there's enough in that game that really can just do questionable things to you. Yeah, I went too far again. Oh, the same thing again. Doing that too much where I forget what wave is which wave. Alice is definitely one of the, you know, it does encompass a lot of the PCB issues. Because, like, it's like you'll do her once, you have a really good Alice, you're like, oh, she's not bad. When you realize you gotta do her consistently, you're like, this is quick. This is also questionable, Sunai. What the hell was that? You didn't have to do me dirty and trap me like that. I thought you hate Alice because of how much I practiced her. Every time I've, like, mentioned... Every time Alice's name gets mentioned, I was like, oh, Alice. Doll hero. You, Alice, and all her dolls and medicine. Oh no, don't look at me. Go look at some freaking Alice Dojin, okay? I'm sure you can. And these are game category. Well, generally, you work your way up, right? Although I'll also say, people blow in proportion the difficulty rankings of games a lot. People I find are often very obsessed with whatever the harder or the hardest of the games are. And I feel like that oftentimes kind of, like, blows some of the others to the side. So you'll quickly realize, especially in the 1cc category, you kind of realize also, it's definitely worth mentioning, the game difficulty in terms of LNN and 1cc and LNB is not the same. I should be over here! Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, we never throw. Well, the 3 Phantasmagoria games are a little cool. They're like, here, you have no pot element, don't talk to my family. I think there might be like 3 or 4 people that could talk to you, 11. I someday do wish to join that category, because I am a certified pod enjoyer. But then I'd have to betray my code and become a scorer. I'm not a score gamer. Although in the Phantasmagoria games, I do kind of make exceptions. At least the 2 of the 3 Phantasmagoria games with score. Looking at you, you Dolig. That seems possible. Yeah. I mean, yeah, saying impossible is putting it lightly, but like... Trying to get an LNN with Chieri seems like, seems like you're asking an awful lot of miracles to go your way. Because technically any shot type could, depending on how lucky you get. Could you, like, stop, Bumper? This isn't Bumper, this is Divine Crop. Because, like, as long as you get enough forks, like, if you get really lucky with the forks, you can kind of, like, kill any boss theoretically really quickly. But, like, that would require, like, an absurd level of probably luck. I do still want to get my Kana 1cc. Woo! Third by Taurus moment. Don't forget to kiss your Kaneko. There you go, Tweeter. You happy? That's all a shot, yeah. The game on source is be patient. Don't rush the gap, let the gap go to you. You have all the time in the world. By all the time, I mean a few seconds. What did I just say? Okay, that last wave was not done well, but the other waves are all done well. Whoop, divining they virtues. She divine on my virtues till I wind god. May my macros be aplenty? That's not a macro. Neither is that one! That's the one wave you do not want to see. I actually kind of saw it and almost got the line, but I was a hair off. Oh well. We missed to arguably the hardest spell in the game. What a shame. Each wall. Yeah. When I started this, Alan taught me that, like, you want to go on source, you want to play to the walls and just be really patient. You don't want to dodge source in the middle, you want to dodge it to either side a lot, because it gives you, like, it lets the gaps form a lot bigger. Static ramp rotate, but static. Yeah, it's static in the way that if you sat there and learned all the, like, 1,000 different patterns that could happen, you can memorize the attack completely, and then try to predict it all ahead of time. Good 5-miss, though. We like that. We like these. Very solid run. 1-miss con goes great. Capping Fearless Wind Gun. But it's been over 2 hours. I'm going to take my leave on this game. Oops, puppeting. I'll be back for more of this tomorrow. That's good. I don't want to issue, though. Learn every possible rotation. Yeah, that's all you gotta do.